To the newbies out there, welcome to my channel. And for my awesome subscribers, welcome back. As always, I'm so glad you're tuning in. So today, I'm going to share a passage from one of my favorite books, which is an oldie but a goodie. So here it is. It's called The Success Principles: How to Get from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be, written by Jack Canfield. I chose this book because I have a feeling that this passage may resonate with many of my subscribers. So here goes. The chapter I pulled from is titled Drop Out of the Ain't It Awful Club. And there's a quote by Robert Weiland, a world-renowned artist of marine life, which says there are two types of people, anchors and motors. You want to lose the anchors and get with the motors because the motors are going somewhere and they're having fun doing it. The anchors will just drag you down. Wow, what a powerful and true metaphor for life. Another quote in the book, which is also along those same lines, and was by the late self-made wealthy entrepreneur named Jim Rohn, said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Wow, now that's another thought-provoking statement for sure. So Jack Canfield went on to say in his book, when he was a first-year history teacher in Chicago high school, he quickly stopped going into the teacher's lounge, which he soon dubbed the Ain't It Awful Club. Worse than the haze of cigarette smoke that constantly hung over the room was the cloud of emotional negativity. He'd hear things like, "Can you believe what they want us to do now? There's no way you can teach these kids. They're totally out of control." It was a constant stream of negative judgments, criticisms, blaming, and complaining. Not too long after that, Jack discovered a group of dedicated teachers that hung out in the library and ate together at tables in the teacher's lunchroom. They were positive and believed they could overcome and handle anything that was thrown at them. Jack implemented every new idea they shared with him, as well as a few more that he picked up from his weekend classes at the University of Chicago. As a result, Jack was selected by the students as Teacher of the Year in his very first year of teaching. Jack goes on to suggest a valuable exercise that his mentor W. Clement Stone shared with him. He says, make a list of everyone you spend time with on a regular basis, your family members, coworkers, neighbors, friends, people in your civic organization, fellow members of your religious group, and so on. When you've completed your list, go back and put a minus sign next to those people who are negative and toxic, and a plus sign next to those people who are positive and nurturing. And as you make a decision about each person, you might find a pattern will begin to form. Perhaps your entire workplace is filled with toxic personalities, or perhaps it's your friends who naysay everything you do. Or maybe it's your family members who constantly put you down, undermine your self-esteem and self-confidence. Then Jack suggested that you do the same thing that his mentor, Mr. Stone, told him to do. Stop spending time with those people with the minus sign next to their name. Now, if that is impossible, and remember, nothing's impossible because you always have a choice, then severely decrease the amount of time you spend with those people. You have to free yourself from the negative influence of others. He goes on to write, think about it. I'm sure you know people who only have to walk into the room to totally drain you of energy. He refers to these people as psychic vampires. They literally suck the life energy right out of you. Stop spending time with them. Are there people in your life who are always complaining and blaming others for their circumstances? Are there people who are always judging others, spreading negative gossip and talking about how bad it is? Stop spending time with them as well. Are there people in your life who simply by calling you on the telephone can bring tension, stress, and disorder to your day? Are there dream stealers who tell you that your dreams are impossible and try to dissuade you from believing and pursuing your goals? Do you have friends who constantly attempt to bring you down to their level? If so, then it's time for some new friends. So Jack's next section of the book is titled Avoid Toxic People. And Jack goes on to write, until you reach the point in your self-development where you no longer allow people to affect you with their negativity, you need to avoid toxic people at all costs. You're better off spending time alone, which is easier during this pandemic, than spending time with people who will hold you back with their victim mentality and their mediocre standards. Make a conscious effort to surround yourself with positive, nourishing people and uplifting people, people who believe in you, encourage you to go after your dreams, and applaud your victories. Surround yourself with possibility thinkers, idealists, and visionaries. Okay, I'll stop there. Those were all Jack Canfield's words. But in the next section, he goes on to just suggest that we surround ourselves with positive and successful people. And one thing I'd like to add is their idea of success should align with your definition of success and your values. Well, I hope that passage resonated with you. I know it makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you again next Thursday. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and as always, keep the faith and let your light shine.